LeBron James is lying about his son Bronny, and today we're exposing the truth. For years, LeBron has claimed he wants to play alongside his son in the NBA, but behind the scenes, something just doesn't add up. Whether you think he deserves it or not, Bronny is getting drafted. And after his draft combine, that became all but a certainty.
He had a moment, a game that may not have answered all the questions critics have about him, but did do enough to show he has enough potential in that 6'1" frame to warrant a draft selection.
That's facts. Day one at that combine was awful. 2 of 8 shooting, came in way shorter than people thought. But day 2, that all changed. Game high 13 points with 2 steals, all while looking like the best player on the court.
And the best part, his namesake, Bronny James Sr., was there to watch it all unfold. But behind the headlines of the finals, LeBron told another bold-faced lie, trying to help out his son. But before we get into what LeCap had to say, we got to tell you a little something about Baden Sports.
Baden is the absolute best place to pick up a new basketball. They are the official high school basketball of Texas, Washington, Hawaii, and several other states in the U.S.
You already know it. I mean, we're not just pushing something that's cap. Me and Ty have personally purchased some of their high-quality basketballs, and they get the job done. If you're rocking with the Hoop Plug, Baden Sports is rocking with you. When you go to check out, get your new basketball, soccer ball, whatever it is that you need to play sports, plug in that promo code hoop_plug_, check out for a smooth 10% off.
LeBron thinks he's fooling everyone, but if you listen close, you can see what he's actually doing. For years, he said he wants to play with his son. At the 2022 All-Star game, he even said, "My last year will be played with my son. Wherever Bronny is at, that's where I'll be. I would do whatever it takes to play with my son for 1 year." It's not even about the money at that point.
And with a perfectly placed opt-out to become a free agent this summer and sign with whoever drafts Bronny, we all connected the dots. But now it seems Rich Paul got in Sham's ear and squashed the whole thing.
If a team does reach out and says, "Hey, if we draft Bronny James, would you come as well, LeBron?" And the answer to that is going to be no.
So what changed? Why'd it go from package deal to I could care less?
Bronny came in a 6'0" backup point guard that averaged 4.8 points and 2 assists in his freshman year on a 15-18 USC team. And after his day 1 combine performance, scouts had lots to say and very little of it was positive. Bro had an uphill climb to make his father's publicly stated dream a possibility next season. But he's done just that. He helped himself at the combine. He helped himself at his pro day. People needed to see the Bronny James they saw before USC, when he was a McDonald's All-American, when he was a contributor for the U.S. Select team. They're seeing that player again. After 5 months he had to spend away from basketball, effectively derailing his freshman year at USC. But to improve his draft stock, Bronny not only had to impress on the court, but off it too.
He sat down for the first time with the media and said all the right things, compared himself to defense-first guards like Drew Holiday, Derek White, and Davion Mitchell.
In fact, one scout said Davion Mitchell is an interesting comparison to hear him point out, because it showed he's realistic with where he is as a player. Let's face it, Bronny's impressed. So much so that Stephen A. Smith now believes Bronny might not even make it to the Lakers' second-round pick because of a team like the Dallas Mavs. This is facts. Odds on FanDuel say lots of teams could consider this, with the Lakers as big favorites at plus 160, but behind them the Suns, Jazz, Cavs, all of who picked before the purple and gold at 55. So, question, what's better than playing with your son in Utah? Playing with your son in the city you currently live in, Los Angeles. You don't have to move houses. You don't have to take the kids out of school. And you still get what you've been saying you wanted for the last 5 years. So Rich Paul, being the super agent he is, got to work. This is what he does. Just look at the track record. There's no agent better at getting his guys to their desired situation than Rich Paul.
Even Bronny is saying this. Maybe he was coached here, as LeBron James and Rich Paul always do, or maybe it's genuine. But Bronny slapped down playing with his dad, saying,
"This is a serious business, and I don't feel like there would be like a thought of I'm just drafting this kid just because of I'm going to get his dad."
And then we see the reports Bronny has turned down over 10 workout invites from NBA teams. 10 teams. So is all this really real, or another Rich Paul orchestrated smokescreen? Maybe all this stuff we're hearing about Bronny wanting to be away from his dad, all this stuff about LeBron and Bronny not teaming up, it was all a hoax. To me, it seems like Bronny, LeBron, and Rich Paul all got a promise from the Lakers that they would draft Bronny James. Think about it. Why would LeBron leave LA? You're going to leave $50 million on the table for a vet minimum? To quote a wise man,
fuck them kids, huh?
and why would Bronny turn away 10 teams unless he got a guarantee from a certain team that they will draft him with a certain pick? Still, the Lakers have only the 55th of 60 picks, meaning almost every other team will have the chance to draft Bronny. And in a normal year, that probably wouldn't be an issue. But with this year's draft class lacking any clear-cut franchise-changing players, it's all shaping up for Bronny to get drafted in the second round.
The question is, with most guys getting picked that late in the draft, not having much of an NBA career anyways, does some other team call LeBron's bluff and draft Bronny despite the warning?
And even more interesting, how would LeBron react? Does he want to run it back with LA? What did showing up at that Cavs game actually mean? It's all straight out the GM playbook. Dangle the idea of leaving in free agency to force the front office's hand. Goal 1, draft Bronny. Goal 2, hire JJ Redick as head coach. And goal 3, likely most important, is to improve that Lakers roster.
That's right. In LeBron's vision of 2025, JJ Redick is drawing comparisons to Steve Kerr, leading the Lakers to a deep playoff run as a first-time head coach. Bronny is sharing the backcourt with Trae Young or Donovan Mitchell, and maybe AD even played 60 games that season. And if this all falls apart, if the Lakers don't listen to his demands or fail to sign Bronny, is this the last time we see LeBron in La La Land?
I think LeCap would have shown his face once again. He'd be out of there. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he wants to win rings, but his comments say he's done that. It's time to play with Bronny.
Facts, man. And if there's one thing out of all the things great Bronny could inherit from his dad, we hope it's not his hairline. So you guys can avoid those genetic issues. You already know where to go, man. It's EvanAlexanderGrooming.com. They've got everything you need in skincare, hair care, beard care, the works.
That's right, man. Make sure you guys are plugging in that promo code hoop_plug_ for 20% off and a hairline that'll last a lifetime. Till next time.
Put some flavor in your ear.